Today we're diving deep into every single vehicle spotted in the GTA 6 trailers and official website, comparing them side by side with their real-life counterparts. We're talking about more than 250 visible vehicles here, so without further ado, let's get into it. In this highway scene, 7 different vehicles can be spotted. The first one that instantly grabs attention is the Rancher. It's a returning vehicle from GTA 4 that can also be seen here, and it's based on the 3rd generation Chevy K10. Next to it, there's another pickup that can be seen multiple times throughout the website. It's based on the 5th generation Ram 1500, most likely the Rebel trim level. It's towing a trailer with a jet ski on it. The jet ski is based on the Sea-Doo RXTX series and has appeared multiple times. On the left grass shoulder, we can spot an upgraded version of the Bison. This one is based on the 4th generation Ram 1500 Classic Crew Cab, and the front appearance of this vehicle is clearly visible in this image. In front of the 5th gen Ram, there's the Coquette. There are no notable changes from the GTA 5 version, and it's based on the Corvette C7. In front of it, we can see the Granger. The design has been updated for GTA 6, but it's still based on the 10th generation Chevy Suburban. On the left side, there's another SUV, though only a portion of it is visible. However, based on the wheels, fender design, and window configuration, this is a new SUV based on the 2014 Dodge Durango facelift. And in the sky above, there are 2 aircraft. These are commercial airliners from GTA 5 called the Jet, which is based on the Boeing 747-400. This is my favorite scene in trailer 2. It features many interesting cars, with the first one being the Banshee. Its interior and wheel design have been updated, and it was customized to match the real-life Banshee that Rockstar created as a promotional giveaway during the GTA 5 launch. That car was built by West Coast Customs using a Dodge Viper SRT-10, and it also appears multiple times in trailer 1. Behind it, there's the Growler. It looks like it's customized with a bumper option we don't have in GTA 5. It was also on a billboard in trailer 1 with a different bumper option, and it's based on the Porsche 718 Cayman. Behind the Growler, we can see the Phoenix. Its design has changed significantly and looks much better now. In this image, we get a side view of it, and it's based on the 1977 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. It also looks like we're getting the classic Screaming Chicken livery, and I'm really excited for that. Next to the Banshee, there's the Vector. It's not fully visible, so we can't see any changes, and it's based on the Lexus RCF. Behind it, we can spot a glimpse of the Vigero ZX convertible, which also appears in this image, and it's based on the 2018 Chevy Camaro SS convertible. Behind the Phoenix, there's a new car that can also be seen in trailer 1 and on the website, and it's based on the 2nd generation Audi A7. Here we can spot the Windsor Drop, and its design has been updated. The GTA 5 version has 4 doors, but I hope the GTA 6 version will be a 2-door, since it's based on the Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, and Rolls-Royce has never produced a 4-door convertible. On the other side, there's a new sedan, which is based on the 4th generation Mercedes-Benz C-Class, specifically the AMG C63, considering the front bumper and fender vent designs. In the background, there's a new SUV that can also be spotted in trailer 1, and it's based on the 6th generation Ford Explorer. Behind the Mercedes, there's a new Lamborghini. It's based on the Aventador, specifically the Aventador SV, judging by the carbon fiber skirts and bumpers. The spoiler, however, is an aftermarket Aventador wing by Vorsteiner. This car also appeared in trailer 1, which brings us to the next scene. This scene reveals a lot of cars, including many new ones and returning vehicles. Starting with the Comet S2 Cabrio. The design has been updated and looks much better now, and it's based on the Porsche 992 Cabrio. In front of the Comet, there's the upgraded Cheetah Classic, and it's based on the Ferrari Testarossa. Next, there's a Carbonizar. There are no notable changes in the design, and it's primarily based on the Ferrari California. Next to that, there's the Gauntlet Hellfire. This can also be seen multiple times in both trailers, and it's based on the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Here we have the Shafter V12. No visible updates have been made to its design, and it's based on the 4th generation Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Next to that, we can see the Jugular. Can't see much detail here, and it's based on the Jaguar XESV Project 8. Behind it, there's a new classic car that's likely the GTA 6 version of the Oceanic from GTA Vice City. The Oceanic was inspired by the 1955 Oldsmobile Super 88 convertible at Avalon Hotel on Ocean Drive, South Beach, Miami. However, the in-game design appears based on the 6th generation Buick Roadmaster. Behind it, we can spot the Furia, and it's based on the Pininfarina Battista. Next to the Furia, we can see the updated Dominator GTX, or it could be a hardtop coupe version of the Dominator GT, and it's based on the 6th generation Ford Mustang. There's also an interior shot on website that features 2018 Mustang GT style dashboard design. Next to that, we can see the tailgater, and it's based on the 3rd generation Audi A6. In front of it, there's the Faction, which is based on the 1987 Buick Regal Grand National. Here we have the Granger 3600 LX and Landstalker XL. Between them, a few pixels of the Infernus Classic can be seen, and behind those, there's a Coquette D10. It's also visible multiple times, including in trailer 2, and it's based on the Corvette C8. In the same shot, Lucia is trying to steal an updated version of the Tempesta, which can also be seen on the website, and it's based on the Lamborghini Huracan. The bike she's riding while following the truck also appears being ridden by Jason. That's the LCC Avarice, which is based on the real-life OCC T-Rex Softail. In the sky behind him, the Dodo seaplane can be seen flying past. A much better look at the Dodo can be seen in this shot, and it's based on the de Havilland Beaver DHC2. In the same shot, several other vehicles can be spotted, including the Mesa, Joe-built Phantom, Bobcat XL, and the new Ute that also appears in the second scene of trailer 2. This is going to be one of Jason's primary vehicles, and it's based on the 5th generation Ford Ranchero. Here we can see the updated Caracara 4x4. Its design is so much realistic now, especially the grille, which looks much better. And it's based on the 2nd generation Ford F-150 Raptor. Next to the Caracara, there's a new classic muscle car, which is based on the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Seville. And in the background on the road, there's a Landstalker XL. We already saw it in trailer 1, and it's based on the 4th generation Lincoln Navigator. The Caracara 4x4 can also be seen here in trailer 1, and in front of it, there's a new pickup that could be the same Ram 1500 we saw earlier. In the middle, there's a Sand King XL, based on the Ford F-250 Super Duty. Behind it, we can spot the Dinka Veris, which also can be seen in the website, and it's based on the Polaris Sportsman 570. Next to that, there's the Nagasaki Outlaw, which is the real-life Can-Am Maverick X3. At the end of that scene, there's a Ford F-150 monster truck. And there are 2 more monster trucks that could also be based on monster-modified F-Series trucks. And in the background, 2 swamp buggies can be spotted. In this scene, we can spot multiple vehicles. At the beginning of the scene, we can see the updated Intruder, which is based on the 2005 Infiniti Q45. It can be seen multiple times in trailer 1 and on the website. There's also another new sedan that's based on the 6th generation Buick Regal. It can also be seen on the website, and next to it, there's a new van that's based on the 2008 Ford Econoline facelift. Throughout this scene, the main focus is on this car, which also appears in trailer 1. It's the Tulip, and it's going to be one of the primary vehicles in GTA 6. The Tulip is based on the 1972 Chevy Chevelle Malibu sedan. Here we can see 4 more vehicles, most notably the updated Dubsta, which is based on the Mercedes-AMG G63. In this artwork, there's also a modified version of the Dubsta, with upgrades inspired by the G63 AMG Brabus 800. Here we have a new SUV that's based on the 2020 Audi Q7 facelift. Here we have the Hellion, which is based on the 4th generation Nissan Patrol. And next to that, we have a new pickup based on the flatbed-swapped 5th generation Ford F-Series truck. This scene has a reference to Fast 5, and this pickup is also visible here, and it's based on the Ram 3500 heavy-duty pickup truck. Next to it, we can spot a new car that's based on the 6th generation Buick Skylark. On the other side, there's a truck which is based on the Mitsubishi Canter. Next to it, there's a Buffalo Police Interceptor, which is based on the Broward County Sheriff's 6th generation Dodge Charger. In this scene, we can spot the Zorusso, which is based on the Italdesign Zerono Duerta. In front of that, there's the Furia, and in the distance, we can spot the Carbonizar. Behind that, there's a new pickup that we can also see multiple times, including here, and it's based on the 2nd generation Ram 1500. Here we can see the Emperor, which can also be spotted on the website. And behind the Ram we can see there's the Baller. Not much can be seen here because it's destroyed, but in this shot it's clear that the design has been updated, and it's based on the 4th generation Range Rover autobiography. Here we have another appearance of the Tulip, and next to that there's a new pickup that's based on the Chevy Silverado K 1500 stepside. It can also be seen multiple times, including in this scene. On the other side, there's a returning vehicle that can also be seen here. It's the next-gen Schister PMP 600 called the PMP 700, and it's based on the 2nd generation Chrysler 300. Behind it, there's an updated Buccaneer Custom, which is based on the lowrider modified 1st generation Buick Riviera. In front of that, there's a high-riser version of the Tulip M100, which is based on the high-rised 4th generation Chevy Malibu. In front of the Tulip, there's a high-riser version of the Stanier, which is based on the high-rised 2nd generation Ford Crown Victoria. A high-riser version of the Impaler LX can also be seen on the website, and it's the high-rised 6th generation Chevy Impala. Next to the Stanier, there's a new convertible car that's based on the 1st generation Ford Mustang convertible. The top part of the Slam van can also be seen here, and it's based on the 2nd generation Ford F-Series. On the other side, there's an updated Sovereign that's based on the Harley-Davidson Road King. On the road, there's another bike which is the painted version of the Carbon RS. We can also see it in this scene, and behind it, there's a double T. In front of the Carbon RS, we can see the updated Jubilee, and it's based on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. In the middle of the road, there's the updated Granger 3600 LX we saw before, and it's based on the 11th generation Chevy Suburban. On the other side, there's an updated Primo, and it's based on the 4th generation Cadillac Seville. Behind it, we can see the Chino, and it's based on the 4th gen Lincoln Continental. In the sky, we can see a Police Maverick. And here we can also see the standard version, which is based on the Bell 206 Jet Ranger. Here we can see a police variant that resembles the real-life Miami-Dade police helicopter livery. In this scene, we can see the updated Ruiner, which is based on the 2nd generation Camaro. Behind it, there's the tow truck. And in this scene, we can spot a new muscle car that's based on the 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. We can also see the Penumbra here, which is based on the 4th generation Mitsubishi Eclipse. The same vehicle appears in this scene as well. In the middle, there's a regular version of the Stanier LE Cruiser, which we don't have in GTA Online, and it's based on the 2nd generation Ford Crown Victoria. There are 2 cars drifting around it. The first one is the Buffalo STX, and it's based on the 2015 Dodge Charger facelift. The same car can also be seen here. The second one is the Hellfire, and its color matches the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. And we also have 2 more Hellfires that can be spotted here. Next to the Hellfire, there are 2 Elegy Retro Customs, and they're based on the Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. Next to that, there's a Buffalo, which is based on the 6th generation Dodge Charger. Here we have the Sultan. We can also see a clear version of it in this image, and it looks like its design has been updated, and it's based on the 1st generation Lexus IS. And next to the Sultan, there's a Dominator ASP, which is based on the Mustang SVT Cobra R. Here we can see another AS. Next to that, there's a Chino, and here we have the Cypher, which is based on the 1st generation BMW M2. Behind it, there's a Buccaneer, which is based on the 1st generation Buick Riviera. Next to that, there's another sedan that could be the Albany Alpha. On the top lane, there's a Carbonizar, Growler, and Gauntlet Classic Custom. There's also a new sedan here, which is based on the 10th generation Chevy Impala, and we can also see it in this scene. Other than that, there's a Dominator here, which is based on the 5th generation Ford Mustang. In front of that, we can see the updated Baller we saw before. Behind the Dominator, there's an updated tour bus. We have a clear view of it in this image, and it's based on the Chevy Express cutaway chassis low floor bus. Behind it, there's a Speedo, which is based on the Chevy Express cargo van. And behind the Speedo, there's a bus that's a reference to the Miami-Dade County Metrobus, and we can see a clear view of it here. On the other lane, there's a Bobcat XL towing an updated Suntrap, which is based on the Sea Ray SPX 210. And in front of that, there's a flatbed cargo truck with ramps, and there's also a Phantom Custom with a trailer. In front of it, there's a Stratum, which is based on the Honda Accord station wagon. And here we can spot the flatbed F-Series we saw before. Moving back to the other lane, we can spot the new Audi-based SUV we also saw before. And there's also a new van that's based on the Ram ProMaster. And behind it, we can spot the truck we saw before. In this scene, there's the rear of the Astron, and we can see the front appearance here, and it's based on the Porsche Macan. In front of that, there's a new convertible car, which is based on the Buick Reatta convertible. Also in the background, we can spot the Aleutian, which is based on the 4th generation Ford Expedition. We can also see the rear of the Sanchez, and it appears multiple times. Its design has been updated, and it's based on the Yamaha YZ450F. There are also a few Blazers here, and they're based on the Suzuki Quad Sport. In this image, we can see both the Sanchez and Blazer, and there's also the Manchez here. In this scene, we can also see a bunch of bikes, and in the middle there's a Comet Retro Custom with an updated and much better design, and it's based on the RWB Porsche 964 Turbo. In the bottom, there's a new pickup based on the 1st generation Dodge Dakota convertible. On the upper lane, there's a Futo, which is based on the Toyota Corolla 11 AE86. On the other lane, there's a new van that's based on the 5th generation Chrysler Town & Country. There are also two police vehicles in this scene. The first one is the Buffalo STX police variant, which is based on the Miami-Dade Police 7th generation Dodge Charger. We can also see a clear version of this car here, and another one with a different Miami-Dade police livery. The other one is the updated Vapid Police Cruiser, and it's based on the Miami-Dade Police Ford Taurus. And there's also another appearance with a Miami City Police livery. In front of it, there's the unmarked Cruiser. Its design has also been updated, and it's based on the unmarked second-generation Ford Crown Victoria. The Stanier LE Cruiser can also be seen here, and it's based on the Broward County Sheriff's second-generation Ford Crown Victoria, and it can also be seen with a different livery as well. Behind the Stanier, there's a new police SUV, which is the Broward County Sheriff's 6th generation Ford Explorer. In this scene, we can see the police variant of the Hellfire, and it's based on the Florida Highway Patrol Dodge Challenger. Here in the middle, there's an upside-down SUV, and it's based on the 2nd generation Ford Explorer. We can also see it multiple times. Next to that, there's a new compact vehicle, which we can also see here, and it's based on the 2nd generation Chevy Sonic. In this scene, we can see the Itali GTO, which is based on the Ferrari 812 Superfast. And also there's a taxi, which is based on the 2nd gen Ford Crown Victoria. Here we can see a new convertible based on the BMW E30 convertible. And in the background, there's a 5th generation Dodge Grand Caravan taxi. On the other side, we can spot the Paragon R, and it's based on the 3rd generation Bentley Continental GT. In this image, a bunch of cool bikes can be seen, including the updated Avarice, the Sovereign we saw earlier, and the updated Zombie Chopper. In the background, there's the standard Tulip M100, which is based on the 1980 Chevrolet Malibu. And here we can spot the 8F Drafter, and it's based on the 2018 Audi RS5 Coupe. Here we can see a new van based on the Ford Transit Custom. Next to it, there's a Ram 1500 police pickup. And here we have the Sugoi. We can also see it in this image, and it's based on the 10th generation Honda Civic Type R. In this image, we can spot the Euros X32, and in the next lane, there's a new car based on the 10th generation Honda Accord. And in the sky, there's a Swift. There are a lot more vehicles that can be spotted here, and starting from the left, we have the Rebel. Here we have the Walton L35 stock, which can also be spotted in this image, and it's based on the 1st generation Chevy S10. And we can also see the lifted Chevy Silverado K 1500 stepside here. Behind the Walton, we can spot a new car that can also be seen here, and it's based on the 2nd generation Chrysler Sebring. Here we have the Baller STD, which is based on the 5th generation Range Rover, and also the Zion, Journey. And the Asterope GZ, which is based on the 5th generation Toyota Camry, can be seen here. There are also 3 Dubstas that can be spotted. And here we can see the Penumbra FF, a new pickup based on the 3rd generation Ford F-Series. The Impaler SZ, which we can also see here, and it's based on the 7th generation Chevy Impala SS. And the Dorado, that's based on the 1st generation Dodge Durango. Here on the right side, there's a Yuga Classic 4x4. And here on the water, there's a new boat that's based on the Zodiac Pro 850. And there's another one here that can also be seen in this image, which is based on the Sea Ray 380 Sundancer. In this image, here we can spot a new SUV that's based on the 5th generation Toyota RAV4. Also on the top, there's another SUV based on the 1st generation Ford Bronco. And on the right, there's the back part of the Taurus visible, and it's based on the Lamborghini Urus. Also behind this Ferris wheel, a cruise ship can be spotted. In this image, the old lady is riding a mobility scooter. And in the background, there's a new van that's based on the 2nd generation Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. And here we can spot the Ped Cruiser. In this scene, there's a new pickup, and it's based on the 4th generation Ford Ranger. And here there's a new boat that can also be seen in this image, and it's based on the Contender 35C. Next to that, there's another one that's based on the Boston Whaler 360 Outrage. Behind it, there's another new boat, and it's based on the Pathfinder 2300 HPS. And this boat is based on the Frauscher 1017 GT, and there's also the top view of it in this scene. In the background, there are 2 power catamaran yachts that's based on the Horizon PC60, and it's the same one that featured in the first trailer. Behind it, there's also another boat that's based on the Cigarette 38 Top Gun, and it can also be spotted in trailer 1. Next to that, there's a power boat based on the Skater 388. Back to the previous image, here we have another new boat that can also be seen in this scene, and it's based on the Chaparral Premier 400. There's the updated Sea Shark here, and it's based on the Kawasaki Ultra 310 series. In the background, there's another luxury yacht based on the Azimuth Atlantis 45. In this scene, there's another new boat that could be based on the Boston whaler Montauk 190. And here we can see it in another angle, and in the background there's another yacht that's based on the Sunseeker 80. In this image, we can see a new bike that's based on the Aprilia RSV4. And here we can see another bike's rear, and it might be inspired by the Ducati Panigale. In this image, we can see a VSTR, which is based on the third generation Cadillac CTSV. And here there's a contender. And also in this image, we can spot the Blista Compact, which is based on the Honda CRX. And moving on to this image, there's a new pickup that's based on the Jeep Scrambler CJ8. Here we have the Boxville, and in the water there's the airboat that was also in Trailer 1. And there are a few more different models available, along with this police version. And here, behind this, the Buzzard attack chopper can be seen. In this scene, here's a lifeguard pickup that's based on the Miami Ocean Rescue Ford Explorer Sport Track. And here we can see the updated Sea Shark, and also in the sky, the Super Volito can be spotted. There are a few more vehicles that can be seen, including the Yuga Classic, Riot, Sea Sparrow, Shamal, Bavaria SR33, Reaver 86 Domino, and Benetti Classic Supreme 132. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share this with your friends, and leave a comment on what you think about the video. See you guys in the next one.